So, yeah, sorry for the interruption. Um, yeah, that was a disappointment to find that cracked area in there, but I hope I can get some glue in that crack. I'm going to try and verify that I got some squeeze out. If I can get in the F-hole here with a mirror and a flashlight, maybe somehow, and verify I'm getting squeeze out on the inside of that block on the side, and get this back down where it should be. I believe is about the best I'm going to be able to do with my skills and the tools I have. So this is all cleaned up. The glue's off of it. I believe it was put together with hide glue. It was very dark brown color before I scratched it off of there, and it was almost gritty, like sand, like some sort of wood filler or something. So I'm not sure what I'm looking at there. As I said, I left these shims in here for now. I'll probably whittle those out and reestablish the dovetail nice and sharp, and then come over here and reestablish that angle by gluing shims on this piece. Once it's cleaned up good enough to glue something to, I think there's too many voids there in that condition. I'm going to have to get that smoother and straighter. The neckboard extension is glued down, so that'll be helpful as well. And then there's an elevated area there that I'll touch that up and touch this up. I think I can, looking at some of the techniques I've seen online, I think I can stain this back with black, and use some CA glue, and even maybe get a few of these dings filled up here and kind of improve that a little bit. It's not going to be perfect, but you know, I'd like it to be where you really don't notice it. Some of this deeper stuff, and I think it will fill. I don't know if you remember this at all, but I mentioned earlier I thought Dad had probably put this big honking wood screw in here, trying to get his neck angle back and get his action down on it, and it probably worked for a while. This was not clearance drilled, however. He did a nice job on the countersink, but the threads were actually still biting in this portion of the joint, in the dovetail end, and I think that may have contributed to the heel crack, and maybe even the block cracking. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to try and leave that screw out of there. I really don't think, if I can establish the dovetail back with the right angles on it, and you know, get my action, you know, my neck angle together here. Get my neck angle established and get my bridge height, you know, in the ballpark. That's something that's working in my favor, in that it's not a flat top guitar. Having all this adjustment on this bridge, if I do miss my mark a little bit on the neck joint, I'll have some room here to play with as a noob. I hope I don't need it, but it is there. And that's about where we're at. So yeah, hopefully this glue up job here on this neck block will prove out to be structurally okay. And it's going to be a little work for me as a newbie to get this put back together right, but I think I can do it. As long as that crack holds. And we'll see how we go from there. You might notice I took my blue tape off. I learned another lesson already. You can see I've lifted a little bit of the finish with the blue from the tape. So that was a bad idea. I was using that to establish my cleanup area. So with glue, you know, I want to try and get as much wood to wood contact as I can on glue up. I don't really have anything else to share at this time, except for interestingly, underneath the neck here, folded up 4 times, I found this piece of paper that I suspect might have found its way in there at the same time that screw got installed. And obviously that was an effort to get a little more angle on the neck and reduce the action a little bit. But it's kind of interesting that it's a picture of a covered bridge on the back of that Ace of Hearts playing card that was wedged up in there. For those of you that know Dad, that would have been right up his alley. Anyway, that's where I'm at, and I'll try and post a little bit again if I make any progress, or when I make progress, and kind of keep you updated on it. So thanks for watching, and see you on the next episode of This Old Guitar.